Welcome to the Lost at Home podcast. Here are your hosts, Scott Bear and Jeremiah Johnson.
Welcome to the Lost at Home podcast. My name is Scott.
And I'm Jeremiah.
And we are back for yet another episode.
Yeah, we're closing in on number 400, having a good time here. Yeah, spring, winter in Vermont.
Yeah,
it's pretty great.
Unseasonably warm, and we're loving it.
50 degrees from the first weekend of March here. It's not so bad.
Tell you, warming my car up for a half hour every day in the summer is really paying off in dividends.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, perfect.
I also have a burning barrel out back. Some people throw paper in it. I throw my plastic recycling.
Oh, plastic, like old tires. Yeah, exactly. That's what we need.
Well, the barrel's made of old tires.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a stack of, we burn in the middle of it. When the tires are gone,
and then they slowly
melt,
so it's just an arc of fucking black smoke.
We do our part.
We do our part to make the world warmer, which is what we want here. And we, honestly, it's working pretty well. We're going to go ahead and say this. Lost at Home podcast fully endorses climate change.
Yes.
Not like the good kind of like, let's roll it back. We're talking...
full steam ahead.
Yeah, I fuck the polar bears, literally, fuck the polar bears. Yep. Like, I will bring them down here and I will fuck them.
A lot of people up here in the Northeast use wood for winter heating or oil or natural gas. We do coal.
Yep. That's what we got to do. Just as much black smoke as possible. That's how you know.
Our house is rolling coal.
Rolling coal. Like there's a throttle. Boom, boom, out your fucking chimney. Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, we're here for another episode.
And how do we keep getting picked up by right wing media?
Yeah. That's right. They just look at the transcript, do little like command Fs of
listen to the first 2 minutes.
AI, and they're just like, this one picked up on your key terms.
Yep.
And then we're just like, yeah, okay. I guess so, but we are not a right-wing podcast. Actually, we're not particularly political until we are, and then when we get political, we get obnoxious. So we're gonna steer clear of that, and we're gonna start like Scott. You like to start out with a little lost in thought. You like to get lost in thought, and actually, we have an update on a former, not really lost in thought, but you did get lost in thought live on air. Last
week. Yeah,
we're going to do an update after that. But let's start with your new Lost in Thought, because I'm curious.
This, I think, might be a good episode 400 skit idea for Bruce.
Yeah.
It's
just an Ask Bruce. Maybe we should do an AMA with Bruce and find out, like, where have you been? What is Australian cuisine?
Yeah, we were watching one of those cooking shows, the Gordon Ramsay Next Level Chef, where they ripped off that horror movie, The Platform. It's just the horror movie, The Platform, but it's a cooking show.
Okay, I still haven't seen The Platform, but I know...
Platform's great. But it's that platform of food that goes down, and as it hits the lower levels, if you're bad enough to be on a lower level, you get the scraps.
Yeah, because the platform was like a... metaphorical, allegorical for like trickle down economics,
exactly.
And stuff like that, right? Like
so, next level platform is the cooks are
in your leftovers.
Yeah, the cooks are in leveled kitchens, and as the platform lowers, the top level kitchen gets the best ingredients, and then when you get to the bottom, you're in a shitty kitchen getting the shit ingredients.
Yeah, okay.
So we were watching that, and they always do like themes, like French cuisine, Italian cuisine.
Those are two big ones, probably the most famous ones out there.
The reason this came up is
Southern American cuisine is a big one. Yeah.
This past Friday, they did island cuisine.
Okay,
and they just left it vague.
So island being, because that could be a lot of things.
That's what Kelly and my wife
Bahamas,
and I were doing.
Jamaica, that kind of islands?
Yeah, that's what we were...
Our islands, yeah.
Yeah, we were proposing. We're like, so it's probably going to be like Hawaiian, Jamaican, Bahamas. Like, we were trying to name islands. And then we got bigger as we're watching...
But not like Malaysian or Philippines.
Well, we were talking about it. We're like, what about the entire southeast of Asia?
Yeah, I was thinking
and then
those are like
Japan. Japan, it's a bunch of islands.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what about Australia?
I think Japan, you just call it Japan.
Technically, Australia's just a big island.
It is. It's an island continent, yeah.
And then I paused. I was like, what the fuck is Australian cuisine? And my wife just goes, Vegemite?
Yeah. Vegemite, kangaroo.
But yeah,
honestly, we should...
There is no Australian cuisine as far as we could tell. Because I've never heard of a famous Australian dish.
But they definitely eat stuff over there. Now, do they...
They have to eat local stuff.
Yeah.
They have to have local dishes.
I'm sure so... It probably hasn't been exported because it's probably not like French cuisine.
Would be? It's a super white country with a U.S. level economy. Like, you think they'd export the shit out of it.
I'm also curious. So, like, when you go places, do you get some Aboriginal cuisine? Like, is there that kind of thing? Like we've got here, where you've got like some native cuisines or something like
just
that.
Shitty British food, but with an Australian accent.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a little harsh. It's just
here's your Australian breakfast, and it's just the same gross beans honestly, and mushy peas.
I wouldn't be surprised if the reason we don't hear about it is because the same reason we don't hear about British cuisine, because it doesn't exist, is because it sucks. And
I saw someone post some British cuisine on Reddit the other day and it had mushy peas on the side. And someone goes, I need to know honestly, how do you season the mushy peas? And they just wrote back salt, and he goes, I hope you burn in hell. Like literally, they blend peas and then salt them, and the response is, I hope you burn in hell. I was like, bravo.
The only appropriate response for, first of all, you know that's not a seasoning, right? I love it. Like, that's as spicy as they get. Yeah.
Just the idea of like their food is the British food is shit. And Australian food, you think they have these exotic animals, exotic plants.
Well, they definitely eat kangaroo.
They got things that'll kill you.
They definitely eat kangaroo. And
I
probably
say like, I want a roo steak.
Yeah, I guarantee you.
Is there what's a baby kangaroo? Is it a kid? Is it a roo?
Joey.
Yeah,
it's a Joey.
Is there like a veal version of kangaroo where it's like you get a Joey?
the Joey?
Yeah,
like a tiny little Joey stuck in a cage.
It's very, like the Joey's so tender.
Oh my god, yeah, a little
like their version of veal or something like that.
Fucking braised Joey, yeah.
Or like their version of a turducken, like a platypus inside of a wombat, inside of a koala,
eaten by a brown snake.
Your koala wamba puss.
Koala puss, yeah. Okay,
puss.
so I think what we've just determined is one of the things we've got to get, because Bruce is making an appearance for episode 400. We got to ask him about this and see what he's got to say, because he obviously knows the cuisine. He's been over there for a while. He hasn't been allowed in the States. We have talked to him a little bit, but it'd be good to maybe get like an AMA kind of thing going. So if anybody has any more ideas for anything to ask Bruce about, why he's been gone, anything about Australia, we're gonna get him on and
hit us up on social media and give us some questions if you want to add some to the queues.
He's gonna zoom in. He hasn't been allowed over here since the Princess Cruise incident. And I know that there's been some other issues with multiple Princess Cruises. Apparently, there's something to do with what they call "quote unquote" a scam that he was a part of. He got really into crypto for a little while, tried to sell NFTs, didn't know what they were, and so we've got a lot to talk about with him. He has had a hell of a time, and we're going to find out what his idea anyway of Australian cuisine is, and we're going to have a great time with that.
All right, and I guess that lost in thought can bring us into the update where I was lost in thought during our show last week.
Last week we had it live on air. Scott, you saw it live, heard it live, folks. Scott and I got lost in thought on Scott's. You had brought up the fact that you remember what we would call creamy monkeys.
Yep, creamy monkeys in our town.
Yes,
I swear to God they existed. Doubted myself a little bit, but not much. So I did go on Facebook, our local town chat for the town that shop was in, and I just wrote, hey, any of y'all remember the Creamy Monkeys down by the Old Times Argus, which was where the newspaper that was in that town where it used to be their headquarters?
Yep.
But this place was across the street from that. A bunch of people, including the daughter of the owners, who said, yep, we had a monkey or two.
Still have not figured out where the bones are.
I haven't responded to anyone in the group. I'm a bad Facebooker, and
I like that the most though. I love the start light a match.
Fuck off.
I like the lighting of a match and walking away thing.
That's all I do.
And this wasn't even like a trolley thing. This is like you legit had a question, but you started a whole new thing, and that what you're doing is you're putting you're starting the spark of discussion for other people to continue. No,
I mean if the only thing I had to add was where are the bones, and the only person I would say that to is the daughter.
Yeah, where are the bones?
I will do that after this week's show. I will give you an update.
Okay,
next week.
Another update. All right,
I will ask her directly on Facebook where are the bones
where are
buried.
The bones? Could we find the bones? You moved the monkey stones, but you didn't move the monkey bones. We had a good time last week. That was a great time.
Yeah.
So that's a little update. Good.
Number one, 100% confirmation. Number two, confirmation from the daughter of the owner.
That was a real.
Those were her siblings.
That was a growing up. They had more love than me.
They were always in tricycle. They were kept in tricycle.
Yeah, we've.
I wanted a tricycle. Like, no, you got to let your brother play with it.
Yeah,
first.
exactly.
And you just like smashed it on the ground. Just ate the tire, smashed the rest. Now it's your turn to play with it.
All right, you get the tricycle after your brother. The brother always shits on it. He tries to eat fleas off of me. All right. Well, let your brother eat your fleas. Why do you have fleas anyway, honey?
It's like that she said one or two. I would remember the number of monkeys in my house if I grew up with monkeys.
Especially it was literally like
cats. Oh, we had 9 or 10 cats. I kind of forget.
Here's the thing, but like I could get monkeys. That with 9 or 10, but like
one or two.
If one or two, you should know if you had one monkey or double one monkey.
It was hard to tell. It was always it was either one moving everywhere, or it was two.
Yeah.
We could have had 5. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Once you get like past like 5, I could be like, okay, 5 or 6.
Yeah,
be like,
it gets
we had 5 or 6.
confusing.
1 or 2 is literally like you either had 1 or you had twice as many as that. like I don't know. Like I lose track of how many siblings I have because I have so many. But if I only had one other sibling, I'd be like, yeah, I've got one sibling. You know.
Yeah.
But all right. We've got another update, actually. So we reported a number of weeks ago about, probably well over a month ago, about the
late last year,
the upcoming at the time Florida Man Games that were going to be held, and we reported on the types of games they were going to be doing and the time of the year it was going to be happening. It was actually right about when it was. We were. I can't remember exactly when it was going to be held, but it was in the coming weeks when we first reported on it. It has since been held.
Last Saturday, while we recorded, they were going on live.
Yep. Oh, we could have live streamed it. We should have been down there. Actually, if we had a budget for this show, and we do not, it would keeping
I don't know
tabs,
if I would have wanted to go to Florida. Period. I
keeping
kind of
tabs-
consider Florida like this foreign hostile nation.
The thing about it is, it is, but it's also still the thing that sucks about it is you have to really fuck a place like that place is so gorgeous and amazing. Like to fuck it up as much as DeSantis and company are fucking it up, like you have to be really bad to fuck Florida up. Yeah. I mean, obviously you have you let it sink into the sea, which it's doing, and there's some things, but like there are so many elements. Like friends of mine who live down there or have lived down there are just like, yeah, this is the like seriously the most gorgeous place in the fucking, other than parts of California, the most gorgeous place in our nation, and it's being completely fucked by.
I could have gone to Florida this spring, but in 2 weeks I'm going to Mexico instead because fuck Florida.
Yep.
I'd rather spend my dollars down there.
Yeah, places that actually, I don't know, say that LGBTQ people exist, even in Florida, actually probably don't. I mean, in Mexico, they probably don't either, but Mexico City, they certainly don't. But
I'm going to the Yucatan. It's more touristy, historical touristy.
Yeah. I'm saying, but yeah. So Florida's a gorgeous place. One of these days, I'll definitely go. It's beautiful right now. It's like 75,
I've been to Florida once.
75 degrees right now.
It's fine.
75 degrees like right now. Well, it depends on where you go. Like
I went to Pensacola, which is the armpit of Florida.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Okay, there's a lot of armpits of Florida. Pensacola is one of the worst.
Most of it's the.
I just went for the white sands of Pensacola, which were beautiful. The beaches were beautiful.
No, so like there's like we were just getting into this conversation recently. I was hanging out with the other groomsmen for a buddy of mine who's getting married. We went down to Boston. We were talking about traveling and that kind of stuff, and so we were talking about like the fact that, and granted, I don't know this personally because I haven't been down to Florida, but they were talking about how, for the most part, like you have to, like the places of Florida that are beautiful and amazing are that are like crazy, cultural centers, cultural hubs, amazing beaches, amazing food, amazing people. Again, super diverse, super liberal, all these crazy places. But then for every one of those, you've got 5 places that are the deep south.
Also, I'm not sure the Vermont driver's license is a valid ID in Florida anymore. There's like 5 states they invalidated the IDs for.
Really?
So you can't drive down there even with a rental car and stuff. Liberal states. Vermont was one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, if you go down there with a Vermont ID and try to get a rental car, apparently they won't let you because it's not a valid ID in that state.
Is it just because they need real ID compliance or something?
No, it's assholishness. It's literally the state being the state. Like, why did they ban books? Why did they end college programs about black studies?
Yeah, and why they're talking about completely gutting, or the University of Florida is talking about completely eliminating all. I mean.
Yeah, it's because it's a Mad Max side. We talked about how they need to make the next
they're
Escape
about,
from Miami movie.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It's because of that. Like it's fucking crazy down there.
But they were talking about the University of Florida eliminating all DEI program employees. That being said, I know people who work in liberal Vermont and work in places with DEI programs, and they're like, oh yeah, you should definitely just get rid of all these DEI programs. Apparently they're fucking horrible. Like the people, which sucks because the concept is great, but the people who run them are essentially people who get Donald Trump elected. They are seriously just like the trouble that these places get, like the issues. Yeah, they're way over the top. It's like it is that like far like. When you suddenly like hear some of the stories coming out of these DEI programs, you're like, oh, these are the things that Republicans are trying to say all liberals are like, which it's not true, but there are those people out there and they get to point to them and go, see, this is that crazy program that did this. It was sort of like what Oregon right now is now looking to recriminalize
some drugs,
because they're like, oops, turns out it's not so like, also just a lot of that has to do with like you're not doing the program right. Like you can't just be like, we'll decriminalize everything and figure it out later. You need to then put another program, and people were pointing out like you can't force people into rehab. So the second you decriminalize, you take away forced rehab, which actually does help some people out. You have to figure something else out that still can make essentially they're like, oh, it turns out when you just go, hey, this is where a treatment center is, a guy fucking high up on crank isn't going to be like, oh, cool, take me there. I definitely don't want to be feeling the best I've ever felt right now. They're like, no, you have to arrest them and fucking, yeah. So it's a real tricky thing.
That was my favorite episode of Sesame Street, the forced rehab episode, where they forced Elmo's dad into rehab. It was to teach people an important lesson about drug use, but it was dark.
Yeah, it was
dark. That puppet kicked and screamed.
Oh yeah, with F is for fentanyl. That was a bad one. Yeah. This is for fentanyl and also funeral. Oh, the fucking trash can guy.
Elmo's dad is a problem.
That's the reason Elmo touching the kids. No, it was just the voice guy who touched the kids, not Elmo himself. You can't demonize Elmo. Anyway, yeah. So Florida games being held.
Yeah, Saturday.
All I was saying is like, we should one of these days we should force ourselves on location somewhere just for fun. Doesn't have to be Florida, but like, we find something that's happening. We were talking about doing that like back when Flat Earth were the thing. We were like, let's go to the North Carolina Flat Earth Conference, which now isn't even really a thing because now Flat Earth is like essentially dead. I mean, there's still way too many
isn't.
people.
I nixed the story this week from that NFL player.
No, there's still plenty
who was being interviewed. And he goes, I don't believe in space.
But there's so they're unbelievable, and I still see the debunking videos and stuff online, but the engagement in it is down to like 10% of what it was.
Good.
Like people were like,
because they got everybody they need. They made all their converts.
Yeah. Well, and also like a lot of those people are like, never mind. Also, a lot of those people just moved on to bigger and better conspiracy theories. Like if the people don't stop there, those people now are like, oh, that flat Earth shit. I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm on to fucking COVID vaccines. Honestly, I think over COVID, they're like, all these flat earthers are like, oh, there are way crazier conspiracy theories I could be a part of. QAnon? That's way more fun. So these fucking nut jobs went elsewhere. So anyway, Florida men games.
Yep, St. Augustine, Florida, last weekend. They happened. We talked before about some of the games and what they were. I found an article that basically goes through and talks about a bunch. For instance, one of them was a food eating contest where you had to down a plate of barbecued pork and sausage. And one guy won, of course. All these games had winners.
Yep.
One of them I loved. It was a theft contest where you had theft simulation relays. The competitors raced while toting a pair of bicycles, copper pipes, and catalytic converters.
I love. There's just a quote here. From James Gordon, who won the first event. I've lived in Florida my whole life. Gordon said after washing sauce from his hands and beard. They're calling these events. I'm calling this fucking Tuesday afternoon.
Yep. It's
just another Tuesday, motherfucker.
The guy who won the bike carrying contest, where he had to carry two bikes and run.
Yeah.
He trained for it by riding on his bike with another bike strapped to his back like a backpack.
People trained for the games. I mean, people win shit.
This
Why
guy's
not?
42 years old too. Like,
wow,
the fact that he could.
That's like essentially. I'm 43, but that's like, dude, that's good. Good for
picking
him,
up two
man.
bikes and running with them in your 40s.
Yeah,
Ooh.
5-man team, hanky spanky. I love it.
Other events were wrestling sumo style while holding pitchers of beer. Another was being chased by actual sheriff deputies while jumping fences and avoiding other obstacles. And then there was a hurricane wind cash grab.
Oh yeah, so just one of those
crab grab.
Yeah,
my brain really wanted to
honestly,
say that.
A hurricane of just a bunch of crabs spinning around like in Price is Right or whatever.
Yeah, you get one of those hurricane tubes.
and somebody's inside it just full of crabs. Ah! Get me out! Ah, you have to catch the crabs.
Comes out, cut the fucking.
You got 54 seconds left. Get me out! Get me out!
Crabs are sharp all over,
dude.
It's not just their claws.
It's not even just the claws. The shell, their fucking perforated shell will kill you, dude.
Just getting knocked out. Hurricane.
Just covered in blood. Just like,
oh yeah,
I got
the glass tube just slowly becomes more opaque with the blood.
He's just like sliding down, smearing his own blood.
And time. Let's open up the tube and see how many crabs he got. He just falls out of the blood.
And all the crabs just scuttle out.
Yeah, they just
scuttle out covered in blood. All right, we're going to need some more crabs.
Who's next?
Who's next? Get me out of here.
Yeah, the next person's literally brought in, dragged, screaming. Just throw him in and lock it.
You fucking signed up, motherfucker.
You paid your $40 entry fee.
Yeah, this is it. But yeah, I will say it made some good money. Let's see, the expected ticket sales, we see 5,000, and people were paying $45 per ticket just to get in and watch the games.
So yeah, it made some decent money.
Yeah,
this will not be the last time we do see this.
And honestly, this might be the best thing to come out of Florida for a long time. One, it's a self-awareness thing, so it shows you have a sense of humor about yourself. But also, it sounds just fucking fun, man. And honestly, just getting a bunch of people together, it's a little bit of state pride for like a weird reason, but it's but it's also it's positive. Everybody was having a good time, laughing about themselves, but having a good little competitive time, made money for whatever fucking, probably no cause, probably just going to fucking buy meth or whatever for the alligators they got to wrestle next year. All right, methed up alligator. All right, now that crab tornado booth fucking cost a lot of money, man. Turns out you got to get those custom made.
I love that idea.
Dude, just seeing a bunch of fucking crabs twirling around, somebody just trying to catch them at first and just getting
At first,
caught.
yeah.
Just getting caught, yeah.
Honestly, the more you catch, the less it'll hit you. You have incentive to catch them.
Well, because they're all smiling first and just but it is slowly
The goggles do nothing. That's all they get. We're protective gears. Goggles. The goggles do nothing.
They're like hanging off your fucking nipple, like cutting at your pants and shit like that. Oh yeah.
I actually would like to see if there's video of this online. Perhaps after the show, I'll go deep dive it on YouTube. Because if they're smart, they film this. Like, come on, like American Gladiator style with an announcer and everything.
Honestly,
they'd be dumb not to.
Do something like that and put it on whatever ESPN 6 or whatever they've got. Just live stream it.
The Ocho?
Live stream it. Yeah.
ESPN 8 the Ocho.
Yeah, live stream it.
I like that. It was April Fool's Day. They actually air the Ocho.
Yeah.
I believe they do. There's a time of year where they actually they take on that old joke from which sports movie was that?
Oh shoot, which one was it? Was it Dodgeball or something?
I think it was
like
Dodge.
It may have been.
I want to say it was Dodgeball.
I want to say that it may not, but it's adjacent.
Or
anyway.
Balls of Glory.
Yeah,
no, Blades of Glory.
It's one of those.
No,
it's adjacent. It's in that. It's in that realm of that.
Yeah,
time
every
frame,
once in a while, ESPN will run a day like that
semi-pro
where they just play
or whatever,
weird shit. And I want to say it's April because that's past football.
Yeah.
And it's before baseball. It seems
It's
like
actually
that's in a dead
it's
season.
just when baseball starts. Yeah.
Yeah, so that would make the most sense of April Fool's Day.
And it's actually
show
because let's see, March Madness ends when baseball starts, and those are the only two things really going on.
Jason Bateman one of the ESPN commentators in that movie?
Yes, he was. Yep.
Because he was like either drunk, stoned, or bored. I forgot.
Yeah.
He was
he just doesn't give a shit about. Yeah. I got to rewatch that one. I actually, I just rewatched Office Space last night because somebody was breaking it down online. I'm like, I talk about not having time to watch movies and stuff like that, and then I'm just like, I'm going to watch Office Space for the 90th time. But guess what? It's always going to hold up. Every Mike Judge movie's like that. It was a fucking flop at the box office. Became huge cult sensation. Whoop. All right.
I see. We've got a screensaver on the computer that's completely removing our time.
Yep, that's all right.
We like to look over once in a while to make sure we're pacing the show well for all y'all and to make sure we can fit our stories in, but at the same time, when that timer goes away...
Forgot my amphetamine.
Yeah, there we go. So we're on task here. We're doing good.
There we go. Yep. All right.
We aim for an hour, ladies and gentlemen, but if we don't hit it, we don't care. And if we go over, we also don't care, but we like to keep on track. The closer we get to an hour, the better off it is. I think last week we literally got it down to the second, which was crazy because we were crying laughing the entire fucking show and kind of lost track of everything.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And
I left with my ribs hurting from crying.
I think we stopped at 59:59. Crazy.
Yeah,
we were right on top of it. And I think by the time we went out, but yeah, that was. I'm glad that was just a screensaver because we're using not a new I've used this program a million times, but this is only the second episode we've recorded using this program, and I was like, oh, this could have crashed and we could have been fucked. This is where we lost half of a Darren Ewing episode one time, was using this program way back in the day before I really knew how the temporary shit worked anyway. So anyway, so moving on, inside baseball. There we go.
Time for web droppings.
Actually, I'm gonna bring on Ig Nobel Prize.
I forgot because it's not in the notes. My apologies.
Here we go.
See, that's why it needs to be in the notes.
It's the Ig Nobel Prize. A ceremony for weird stuff.
Yep, and I didn't put him there because I forgot to bring it to the table, and I had to bring it last minute. But I do. So we just talked about this in an audio medium, so I'm not going to spend afterwards. You should watch a clip of this because I did find a clip of this. Now let me see where the heck this was. The blaster.
Porn. Gotcha.
Yes, exactly.
Most good porn is just clips anyway.
Yeah, so the blaster was a 1998 invention by South African inventor Charles Fourie that functioned as a car-mounted, laterally firing flamethrower that was foot activated.
Laterally?
So out to the sides.
Okay.
I wouldn't have known that had I not watched the video. And they have a crash test dummy sitting next to the car, and the guy steps on it, and it just completely engulfs the fucking thing in flames.
Okay.
So it is a flamethrower that blasts flames out to for the side of your vehicle with a foot switch. Now, how you don't accidentally go from gas to fly, like, look, whoopsie, because this is also the flame radius on this thing is fucking crazy. But liquid petroleum gas flamethrower installed along the sides of a vehicle under the doors, and it was meant to deter carjackers. And
yeah, that would work.
Yeah, deter burning them to death. Yes, and so
He'll never jack another car again.
I was just asking if you want to buy some oranges. Yeah. The answer was no, wasn't it, motherfucker?
And it's like, wow, I could really go for some orange chicken right about now.
So yeah, this it was controversial in South Africa, which is saying something in 1998. So some, including the Automobile Association of South Africa, speculating the device might cause more carjackers to simply murder drivers with gunfire as a precautionary measure before approaching the vehicle, a tactic which was already fairly common in South Africa. The device was not banned, as it was sometimes reported, but the high price tag at 3,900 Rand, which is about $700 American dollars, limited 655, limited market and made it unprofitable. By 2001, only a few hundred had been sold, and the device was taken off the market by the guy who invented it, who instead started marketing a less expensive pocket-sized, quote-unquote, personal flamethrower. So this is all, and it won the 1999 was the year that I'm covering here. We cover.
So this won an Ig Nobel Prize. What did it do that was good for science?
Well, remember, it's not even so much about being good for science. It's just silly. It's like, so this technically is a scientific achievement, but they're saying this is ridiculous. Okay. So this could be categorized as literally just an invention. Yes, it was just an invention, and it was just. And I'm trying to think if I can. Let's see.
That's what I was wondering. I just want to make sure, like, they didn't accidentally discover like that homeless people are more flammable than non-homeless people or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like exactly what it.
It only took like 30 wrongful deaths to figure out this one bit of science. Homeless people burn. Yeah,
there's a couple of decent ones in 1999, but trying to think of which one. Where did it actually win?
Yeah, I can totally get the invention aspect of it.
Because that's the thing. Is a lot of times, So that so it was one of the joking ones. So a lot of times the Ig Nobel Peace Prize is one that's extremely violent. The people who invented like the Star Wars missile system won it. One of the first years. So this was the Ig Nobel Peace Prize for inventing the blaster, the foot pedal activated.
Did George Lucas hear about the Star Wars Defense Project and not sue them based on the name?
I think if that happened today, he would. I think back in the day, he just didn't have the clout to sue the government for that. Remember, it was like the government's program.
Yeah, it still feels weird. Like,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but you like this doesn't fit with my entire fucking like worldview. I'm sure he was just like, maybe I don't sue the government who is using this as a fucking a missile defense system.
What are they gonna do next? Sue us for Brewster's Millions Defense Project and the Pretty Woman Defense Project? They better not ever get on us about the Goonies Defense Project. Just one big derpy dude.
I wanted to look into the one for biology. I wanted to look into. It wasn't that interesting, but it sounds interesting in a way for us who like hot peppers. Is the director of the Chili Pepper Institute, New Mexico State University, won for biology for breeding a spiceless jalapeno pepper. Spiceless.
That's kind of awesome. It just has the flavor.
Just the flavor. Which
no offense to jalapeno lovers, it's not that spicy.
Yeah, well, that's what
a fresh jalapeno can be hot,
and I love the jalapeno
but
flavor.
But a jalapeno sauce almost never spicy.
No,
they just taste
it's
wonderful.
The lowest side of spice.
Yeah, they just taste wonderful.
So and they So when
I think jalapeno, I think
it's pretty much spiceless to begin with. Like it's spicelessest.
You'll get a hot one once in a while, but usually it tastes good.
Yeah. So my sister makes cowboy candy, and she made some recently, and it was last year's batch. She gave me some, and they were about almost habanero hotness, and we have no idea why. She grew them, like whether it's whatever weather they were having. So you can grow really hot jalapenos. They just normally don't grow that way.
Last summer I was buying jalapenos at literally Walmart. They sell them a bag of like 6 or 7 for $1.
Yeah,
fresh ones, snipped.
So
I put so many jalapenos in my banh mi's. I want to feel some heat. I ate a banh mi and felt no heat, and I did double that in the next one, no heat. Finally, I picked up a jalapeno, bit into it. It tastes like a bell pepper.
So it
was like the bell pepper.
I will say. So I think I will say this. And one of the things I have noticed when because my sister, she grows them, versus when you buy them at like a Shaw's or a Walmart, is I think those are bred to be all but spiceless. Like they're meant to be for the masses.
But I've still had that same brand where
Yeah.
they burn me. So
Okay,
it seems
So-
just inconsistent.
Yeah, it's inconsistent. Yeah. But what I was saying, like I
That's the
definitely know
brand
that
I buy 'cause it's so
fresh,
cheap.
like fresh ones where the seeds are all over the place and you don't know what you're going to get. Those are more of like a crapshoot.
Yeah, when you buy a
And-
moose at like our other grocery store in the area near my house, they're like one is about $1.
Yep.
And when I can get a bag of 6 or 7, I'm taking that gamble for the price.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Because I know sometimes I'm going to have
And
no
you're
heat,
still gonna,
sometimes they're going to burn
but
my
you're
mouth.
still going to get the flavor, the jalapeno
flavor's
flavor.
there,
I
yeah.
love the jalapeno flavor, man. In worst case scenario, good. You just puree it into something and mix
Yeah.
it with some other hot stuff. Good.
Literally take a hotter sauce and dump it in.
Yep.
We
So,
keep, we keep a few like that in the fridge. Things that are so hot that you can't just dab on food.
Yeah.
But you can add to stuff that increase heat.
Oh yeah, like the whole bottom shelf of my fridge. You've seen before. That's
Whole top shelf of my fridge.
Those are those are the ones I got from when I was signed up for the Heatonist subscription box that are way too hot. So I toss 2 or 3 drops into like a pasta sauce.
Yep.
It's more of an extract at that point.
Oh, yeah, it's a heat extract.
Yeah, where it's because it's way and it doesn't taste good on its own. These like the really, really, really hot ones. There's only been a couple of really, really hot ones that taste good enough. And actually, Dingo Hot Sauce Company out of Australia is probably the only one I've tasted that has like the 600,000 Scoville range,
Yeah.
which is completely murders your face. That's like that's way hotter than habaneros. That still has like amazing flavor. Whatever they do, they're doing it right. Whereas the other ones on my bottom shelf are disgusting on their own.
Straight hot.
So you're just adding it to stuff to add heat, not flavor.
I have a 5-year-old bottle of Datil sauce in my fridge.
Oh, yeah?
Still just put like a drop or 2 into something else to make it hotter. That's it. Just sits there. It's just for heat.
I'm glad.
5 years old.
I'm glad they last forever because like some of those sauces will move with me. Like that's.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Some probably have actually. I think
Some will
there's
be passed down to relatives
Yeah.
when I die.
Yeah.
I will
Generation-
leave in my will all my half-open hot sauces. Don't worry, they're good for your lifetime too. Put them in your will.
In fact, it may have been what killed me. All right, we are actually going to go into web droppings this time. All right, web droppings is the place to be, and we do the droppings today. That's a bad one. I don't like that one. Scratch that. Cut that. No, never mind. We're going to keep that. That's fine. Whatever.
Are we good?
Go, Scott. Web droppings now.
All right. We got a couple school droppings here, back to back. We try to stay away from the news, but when it's this weird, we love to dive into it. And when I say news, I mean like political news. And schools
right.
have been a hotspot of politics recently, so these are not political news stories about schools.
We've mentioned this before, though. Like the thing that sucks about this day and age of everything being so divisive is like or divisive if you want, but it's tough because almost everything becomes political. All you need to do is report on like a crazy thing happening at a school, and people are like, "Oh, you're fucking liberal. Oh, you want to teach reading?" Like no,
you want to
like,
teach reading?
yeah, like you come on, like if you're on the side, like how we're like if you just mention something where suddenly you're making fun of my political leanings, I'm like we're just reporting on basic shit and you're suddenly feeling like you're being attacked, maybe you just are on the wrong fucking side of history because not everything has to be political, but sometimes like people are like, oh, you're talking about like learning people stuff and fucking teaching people things and allowing people to have rights. Oh, this is political. It shouldn't be, bitch. It shouldn't be political.
That's why I wanted to make a little disclaimer that we have news stories about schools, but
Yes.
they're not about book banning
no,
or any
yeah.
of that shit. These are actually weird stories.
Yeah,
So,
they're good. Yeah, I love it.
this one comes out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Deer Creek School District released a statement
sorry.
Friday afternoon.
I just right off the bat,
Yeah.
I just read it, but I thought you were starting in by reading a letter. Deer Creek School District.
Oh.
I was like, oh, this is cool. This is a cool new format.
Deer Creek School.
All right, so Deer Creek.
They had to release a statement this past Friday afternoon after a video was sent to Fox 25 that showed students licking toes during an event for the school's wonderful week of fundraising.
the WWF.
Yeah, so they did a bunch of fundraising things where basically people had to sign up. They went to these little boards and they wrote down their name, like, I'll do this one, I'll do this one. And then you do them, and it's one of the... I never really got how fundraising works in these capacities. Like, I'm going to have a confession here. I've never understood how, like, marathons work, where you're like, I'll sponsor this runner.
Yeah.
Just fucking give the money to the cause.
That's what you're doing. It's
But-
just
well,
it's
I don't-
somebody's
yeah.
asking you for it, and
So-
then they have to finish it for you to be on the hook for the money.
I'll donate $1,000 to save that deaf kid. I don't know why he's dying from being deaf, but just... follow the logic.
Yeah.
Follow
Oh,
the
no, he
logic.
also has cancer, but
Yeah.
we're just concentrating on the
Cancer
deaf
of
part.
the ears.
Yeah, yeah.
There we go. But they're like, yeah, I'll give $1,000 to this deaf kid, only if he can run a mile. It's
Yeah.
like, well, just give. Maybe he doesn't run. Maybe he stays home with his friends this afternoon because he's dying.
Yeah.
He has very few
yeah,
days
also,
left.
he got hit by a car while he was
Yeah.
out running because he
Maybe
couldn't
just
hear the
donate
fucking
money.
horn.
Just donate the money.
Yeah. No, that's like when people are like, oh, yeah, sponsor me for this. It's like, you're just asking me
I've
for
never.
like...
I don't get how they work. I don't get the point.
It's like it gives people a reason to like go up and ask me like, oh, for every mile I run, you give me this much money. I'm like, can I just give you like $100 or something like you just go away? Or like, can you send me some cookies? Can I just eat some cookies?
Something tangible.
Yeah, can I eat some cookies? Oh, you ran? Oh, do I have to show up now to watch you fucking run? I get to waste a
Yeah,
fucking Saturday
yeah.
afternoon and give you
Yeah,
money?
I'm deducting my hourly from this donation.
Yeah, technically you owe me
And
money
gas
now.
money. Yeah. Oh, yeah, by the end it's done. The kid finished the finish line. All right, here's your itemized bill.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. But yeah, so they
They had to sign up in these little these little placards to be like, I'll do this one, I'll do this one.
Yeah,
These
yeah,
are students. Like, I'll compete in this. I'll compete in this.
and that's, yeah, so this is almost like auctioning off like certain thing, like I'm gonna do this if you pay me money or whatever.
So the
right?
this one particular event was students in 11th and 12th grade. This is the age range we're looking at here. Just to let people know this isn't like little children to begin with.
Yeah.
Signed up to
So these are
lick
preteen
peanut butter
to teens, yeah.
to lick peanut butter off the toes of their peers.
Yeah, this is still
So
'Cause it's clearly sexual.
So a line
I'm sorry.
of people took their shoes and socks off,
Yeah.
smeared peanut butter on their toes, and then these girls and guys, and they highlight in the video, the person recording this, because I've seen the video, highlighted that it was a boy, a girl, and a boy, and they're all on their bellies, kind of like seals, like kind of upward on their
Yeah.
bellies, and they're just sucking the shit out of these people's toes.
Oh yeah, people are definitely paying money and jerking off to this. Yeah,
Yeah. It's
So this is
no matter how you look at it, it's a foot fetish.
Yeah,
I don't
of
care
course.
how you look at it, because you can lick peanut butter off of so many things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So many things.
yeah, like I don't know, bagels.
Mannequin's feet at least would be semi-normal.
Yeah, not children's feet.
Remove at least the act of sucking another human's
Yeah,
foot.
let alone minors. Like, let's just get the minors sucking other people's foots, or people getting their feet sucked by minors.
You can make it challenging. They could be, you have to lick all the peanut butter out of a pine cone. That's hard to do.
Yeah, and people still be able to jerk off to it.
Yeah, you're
Believe
right.
me, it's the only fetish I've got.
You're right.
Yeah, here's the thing. I just don't think you should be having teenagers licking things for money.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's immediately going to turn to perverts.
If someone...
It's going to make a lot of money for the school.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah. The wrong way.
You know there's some dude there who's like, I'll do it, who wants the peanut butter in their feet.
Oh, yeah.
And is just hoping like that hot girl signed up as the one who comes over, but she goes like one person over and then he gets like a jock. And
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
No!
Yeah.
No!
Yeah.
I signed up for this, to have that girl
I want
suck my
Jenny
toes.
suck my toes.
Jenny gonna suck my toes.
All right, well, actually, you know what? This feels pretty good, too. I'm into this
You
now.
know, he didn't think this was sexual until Randy over there fucking went ape shit because he had fucking Billy suck his toes.
I fucking took 2 Viagra
He
for
still
this.
got hard. Yeah. Oh yeah, I bet you all the people, all the seniors and juniors who were on the other side,
Yeah.
who were male, all had boners.
Of course.
Because you get a
First of
boner
all-
in high school when there's
a stiff
when a
wind.
clock ticks.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally.
Oh, so fuck it.
When someone flicks the lights for the class to get quiet.
Can I fucking...
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like, that reminds me of something clipping in and out, on and off.
It doesn't matter. Like it doesn't even need to be sexual. Like putting a pencil in a pencil sharpener.
There's a pretty good, that would be a pretty good bet to take. Of just like, do they have a boner? Are they like a 16-year-old male? The answer is yes.
Also, if you're a student at school, if any girl signed up to do the sucking, you're like, put a little mental note.
Yep.
She is someone I should date later.
Yep.
She is exploratory
Yep.
and
Oh.
is willing to do this. And
couple of teeth on that big toe. I don't know.
like, I'm
about-
not even into the toe stuff, which means I got a shot.
Yeah.
Like, she was willing to do the toe stuff in public in front of all these parents who were cheering and clapping and going, yes,
That's my girl! That's my girl!
That's my daughter down there!
Yeah.
Woo!
Disqualified. What the fuck do you mean? Fucking fighting with the toe ump.
Yeah. She better fucking win. She needs to go to college. We need the scholarship. Sir, there's no scholarship. There's nothing.
In fact, this is probably going to disqualify her from any scholarships.
Yeah, this video is going to go viral.
Yeah. You're
How
on
do you
camera.
know? Oh, I just posted it everywhere.
Oh yeah, yeah. It is really, really popular right now. Yeah, people are jerking off to it live on fucking yeah.
They did blur the kids' faces, so you can't really see the sucking licking, but you can see all these teens lined up and all these teens sitting there, and it's
Yeah.
fucking disturbs me to no end to see that this was allowed.
Yes.
And this reminds me of there was a high school.
This made it through a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
There was a high school a few years ago that also did something like this. It was a fundraiser for boys would dress in drag and do seductive dances and lap dances for the teachers and coaching staff.
Yep.
Remember that one?
Yep.
And
that
it was a
good.
few years ago.
Just a
and
bunch
these are
of-
the
yeah.
same people who are like, ban drag, unless it's that little cute boy over there and he's going to grind against my dick.
Yeah, it ain't gay if he dresses up in a dress and I can twink him a little bit. Come on, twerk on me, twink. And then just be like, yeah, twinks for twerks or twerks for twinks.
But yeah, this falls in that same category of once again someone in high school going, it's not sexual enough, it's fine. Also, all the girls, you need to go home if you're wearing a skirt above your knees.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, God can. Yeah, the devil's going to get in there, but also suck this peanut butter off my big old fucking corn.
I thought at first it was staff they were doing the toe thing to until I read more, and that's what
It's
made
not.
that calmed it down. It's 2%.
Yes,
because at least it
98%.
wasn't. At least it wasn't
yeah.
child on adult sucking.
Yes, no, but it still is a bunch of people watching children suck each other's toes. Yeah. It's minors sucking other things.
Yeah, Billy down there, he learned how to do that from the dog.
Yeah, yeah, I seen that video too. Yeah, that was last year's competition. Billy sucks a dog. That was the whole thing, man. Just like one competition. Like, yeah, we're gonna go. You gonna go to Billy Sucks a Dog tonight? Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Billy Sucks a Dog is a cool name for a band.
Sure.
Like a edgy like alternative band or indie band.
We are Sucks a Dog. We came here to rock. Yeah, sure, okay.
Billy's,
I'm
yeah.
with you. I'm with you.
Yeah,
I just
called
had-
Billy,
I had to hear
Billy
the
Sucks
chant.
a Billy Sucks a Dog. It's like it's a little bit like edgy. You know, like you'd be like a weird indie band like Van Goose or something like that. I don't know. Anyway.
Billy likes the chunky peanut butter. I can see it being like a Blink-181.
Oh, yeah, just like Sum 41.
Scotty doesn't
yeah.
know kind of song.
Yeah. Totally, dude.
Billy totally sucks. Billy totally sucks. Sucks a dog's
Billy
balls.
sucks a dog's balls.
Yeah, that's it.
It's not dodgeball, it's dog's balls.
There you go. Yes.
Okay, we got
He
it.
may not be athletic, but he's got it where it counts.
He can catch the balls right in his mouth. Billy sucks a dog. Billy sucks a dog on CBS this fall. How did I become a TV show?
And then it becomes one of those novelty songs like the Monster Mash, where like it
Yeah.
becomes the one hit
like-
wonder where they have to keep revisiting it.
And
Billy sucks a cat.
Yeah.
Billy sucks a cat.
And there's a
it's
dance.
not a dog. It's this time's a cat.
And there's a dance that goes with it, so it's played at all the weddings. Those people get up and do the chicken dance, but they do the Billy sucks a dog dance. Said, do, 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 goo, 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 goo. I'm pantomiming sucking a dog. Dick
Two
right now.
dogs.
Yeah.
you-
I was double barreling.
You were
it.
the wobbly H between two dogs.
I was double. Yeah.
The
Doggy double barrel doggy, sucking two dog dicks. My name is Billy. This is the follow-up song.
It just keeps going back to the well on that one.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Still number
This is
one.
Billy. I'm at SeaWorld. Found myself a rapist dolphin. Rape me, dolphin. Rape me. Rape me, dolphin. Rape me.
Oh, God. Can't rape the willing, can't rape the Billy, because Billy is willing to fuck that dolphin. That's a horse.
Watch your dolphin sound so much like a horse.
He got bored fucking the dolphin. He just sucked the horse for a little while.
It's just a dolphin that makes horse sounds. They trained it.
Dolphin got tired, so Billy fucked the horse. All right, this whole Billy EP is fucking really taking off. It starts to lose a little luster after song 4, where he's just like, Billy's eating clams.
All right. I said we had more than one story, and
Yes,
I
we
was not lying.
Got another teacher story here.
The second story comes out of New Mexico, where a teacher had students duel with swords in class. Now, what I love about this story was I was thinking before I started getting too deep into it, I'm like, all right, why would you need swords in class? Oh, shit, it's probably like a history unit. And they're like, oh, like back in medieval ages, they use swords, not guns. I want to show you how heavy a sword is.
Yeah, right,
Or how much more personal it is to face someone with something where you just can't go bang, bang like the kids like to do. You know, school shooters. And such.
Yeah.
So I was in that mindset. Then I learned the teacher's a fucking chemistry teacher.
Okay, that
So-
makes less sense. That makes less sense.
The explanation provided why this teacher would have the students sword fight
Molecule!
in class
Cling!
was the folding of metal and the properties of density.
Oh, actually, wasn't that too far off. I was
There is
thinking
something
about, I was
there.
thinking about molecules, yeah.
Regardless, the teacher had the students pull all their seats, all their desks into a circle, like a ring, and then gave katanas from their own home and rapier swords from their own home. Real swords.
Yeah, do they have the rapiest sword? That's mine.
So, that sounds like a Billy joke.
Shut up, dolphin. That's a real dolphin. So it wasn't a very good dolphin.
So these are real swords. And she called 2 students up, and they kind of clinked them a few times in their thing. And then she called 2 more students up, and when they went to do their, like, clank, 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 one sliced the wrist of a 16-year-old
quote-unquote
student.
serious laceration.
Slit her wrist open,
Yes.
cut her tendons and her nerves, giving her permanent tendon and nerve damage. She will never use her hand for the rest of her life properly. She will always be in pain from this wound. And
But what did she at least say? At least I learned about the density properties of metal. As her wrist was slowly falling off. That didn't happen. Okay.
But the funniest part of the story is, as soon as she was badly hurt, she bleeding, screaming.
Of course.
The teacher yells out, not like, get her to the medic, get her to the school nurse, help her, wrap something around her arm to stop the bleeding. This teacher yells, I'm in trouble. So literally, first thought goes to this teacher's head. I fucked up.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, SpaghettiOs.
This isn't gonna be good for me. Oh, this is bad for me.
Blood is squirting on other students. Oh, this is a bad look for me.
Oh, bad thing for Mr. Jenkins today.
So they brought the student to the doctor's office, to the nurse's office. They also called an ambulance eventually. 30 minutes it took to call 911. So for 30 minutes, the student just bled and bled and bled. So the student's caretakers,
Put some pressure on her,
her
hopefully, but
grandparents
that-
who take care of her, are now suing the schools.
Yeah, I would fucking say.
vice principal and teacher.
I
don't know why the principal ducked out on this one though. Why go vice?
Maybe there's. Maybe
I would go
fucking,
superintendent, principal, vice.
I was gonna say, it's the whole
chemistry
fucking thing.
teacher, and then janitor.
It's the whole fucking
I would
thing.
go
yeah.
all the way down.
Yeah,
Scorched earth.
Start from top to bottom, baby. Everybody's getting sued on this one. This should be open and shut. Yeah.
Yeah, this might be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Like,
This
literally,
is
let's give these kids
when they talk about like
weapons.
gross negligence. It's one thing if something like this happened because kids are like, let's start a
brought
fucking
their own sword.
fight club in the bathroom. like
Sword
shit
fight
like
club.
that.
Well, that's
probably
just
happened.
guys with their dicks out slapping them
Oh
against
yeah,
each
yeah,
other.
exactly. And then yeah,
Fake up, fake up.
I still
Just
ended
with
up
their
with
pelvises out.
still ended up with a deep laceration in my wrist. It's crazy. No idea.
School nurse, dicks out fight club is a bad idea. It was a bad idea.
Oh God! Now I'm in trouble again, Mr. Jenkins. You really stepped in it this time, allowing a dick sword fight club in the bathroom. Why don't you learn, Mr. Jenkins? I've got tenure.
He just clicks off a computer that had a CCTV of the boys' bathroom. Yeah, it's not like I just watched that, live stream it, then have men my age bet on it.
Oh yeah.
My money's on Billy. He knows his way around a dick with peanut butter.
Yeah, we got a real fucking pro, man. Billy's a pro.
Got a real Billy over here.
Yeah.
That kid, he flowers his dick in peanut butter and fights his dog every night.
Yeah, right. Where's the dog at?
He's
No,
trained-
these are
he
people, Billy.
trains. He
He trains on his dogs, yeah. All right, we double barreling today, or this is going to just be a single bad boy? Oh, this is a piece of cake.
Literally, I don't want to see dicks, but I want to see a comedic like skit where 2 guys like get really like, I'm gonna fucking fight you, and they just zip. All you hear is like a thump.
Yep.
And then they just all you see is from their waist up, and just like chest to chest, kind of like,
like-
flopping back and forth.
Just
and
like,
you just hear
it's like,
yeah.
just silently. So,
yeah. But you need to see him chest up, like mean mugging.
yeah.
Like,
And then, like,
finger eye, like
and just
finger
moving,
eyes.
moving their like shoulders back and
Yeah,
forth,
and then
like
just slap,
clearly.
slap, and all of a sudden somebody going, you got me, and they fall,
Fatality
and
wins.
they crumple for no reason. They like the soul leaves their body,
Yeah,
kind of
just
crumple,
Yeah.
and they're like, whoa, like arms up, and there's no one else in the bathroom that the camera pulls out, just them like,
Oh, and then the cut man comes over, like puts Vaseline on it, like in the fucking boxing where they like get a little cut under the eye. So you see the cut man come over with Vaseline, and just his head fall below the camera, and then Billy just fucking standing there as clearly the cut man is taking care of whatever's going down south. All right. So we got Dick Cutman. We've got some of our good old new content here.
yeah. So that's basically where the story goes. There's a suit. There's a suit filed. They're in trouble.
Sounds like they should be. This is
There might be an update to this story coming up because I'm kind of curious to see how they what they do with this chemistry teacher. Yeah, they could just teach.
Yeah.
I think there's other ways to teach folding metal too. Like maybe you bring in an aluminum can. Every kid brings in an aluminum can. You cut the top and bottom off, and you take the aluminum and you go wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Like how wiggly that is. And then they're like, now take these pliers and crimp it and fold it till it becomes like as folded as you can. You know, you can't fold paper more than like X amount of times.
Yeah. Because then it'd become like otherwise it would be like the height of the Statue of Liberty or
so
something.
You do something like that with the tin over the aluminum can. Go crinkle, crinkle. Look, it's wobbly, and then you fold it like 9 times till it becomes a band, and now you're like tick tick, and you tap it and be like, see, that's folded metal. It now has density, like it's all together in one spot, and it doesn't go wiggle 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 anymore.
Yeah.
Something that simple.
Sounds about right. Yeah, sounds like it would make way more sense. You know, yeah. I also like
You're like, I wouldn't want the kids to cut themselves in that snip tin. Or that snipped aluminum foil.
Yeah. So here you go.
Yeah. God forbid they get an aluminum can paper cut essentially.
Yeah.
Because it could. It give you a little paper cut. But
But it's probably not going to be like, I don't know, waving a
I'd
sword
rather have
around.
a metal cut than a paper cut. Honestly, those seem to hurt way worse.
Paper cuts.
Yeah, I've cut myself on metal. It sucks, and you have to worry. You have to think about tetanus.
It's almost like the thicker the cut, the less it hurts because it's when everything
thinner.
gets really thin, especially like
a splinter, a little teeny splinter. Fucking hurts so bad.
Shit.
You get a piece of wood jammed in your hand, you just rip it out and put a Band-Aid on it, and it's sore, but it goes away.
You get a nail in your hand, and it's better than a fucking splinter, dude. Like I'll take it's.
I would rather have a nail go into my skin a little bit and rip it out and put a Band-Aid on it than get a severe paper cut.
I think a big part of that too is like when you think about when you're getting like a paper cut or a splinter, usually it's because you're working with like some kind of like something fine. You're usually getting it a lot of times in like the finger area, which is really, really sensitive too. So like when you're getting like a tiny little slice on the, like when you get the worst are cardboard cuts because it's 6 fucking paper cuts at the same time. Oh my God, just fucking make me want to cringe. Like on the tip of your finger and you're like, oh, that finger's out of commission for fucking days, man.
You know what makes me want to cringe?
What's that?
Did you read the next story or just
did.
see what I wrote?
I not only just read the story, but I also saw that one of these goes for about $2,000, which made me even more. But I was going to let you introduce it. This is going to be our
last story.
I'm going to let you introduce this one here.
Dutch manufacturer who created world's first baby sex doll.
Which is a different level. This is
now offering dog sex dolls.
Which, by the way, dog sex dolls for zoophiles is what they're calling is bad. But like, man, talk about like I started reading down reading the rest of this about the toddler sex dolls and stuff.
How much did you say?
$2,800 for this animal sex doll.
It is so much cheaper to go to the pound.
Which, by the way, couple of shots if you want them.
It's like $300 for like a fucking aged out mutt. Like it's already got its shots.
Already
doesn't need to be fixed. It's already postmenopausal.
Already been stretched out. Fucking this is a traffic dog. This has been all over the place. But these and like, I'm gonna be honest, these aren't even like these aren't even that realistic. These are not as realistic as like the realistic sex dolls you would buy for $2,800 that like legit would like make you do a double take. Like that a real person? This looks like a fucking toy.
For $20,000 or whatever,
$2,800. It's only $2,800.
Yeah, I'd rather get a pound puppy that you could like throw a sausage down a dog hallway.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly. But so, by the way, so the thing about this is yes, this is disgusting. I was reading it, but the thing that disgusts me the most is reading more about the toddler and infant sex abuse dolls that they're talking about.
Yeah,
here,
we covered this on the show years ago where they started making like little kid dolls for people to fuck.
But I didn't realize so I knew about that.
I didn't know they went as young as this.
But I also didn't realize that they allow you to send in a photo of the child you want the doll to look like, which is really fucked up.
Oh, I didn't read that far.
Yes,
I'm reading it right now.
Yes, when I read that, it legitimately made me sick to my stomach. Because that makes you
hate pedophiles and want them all dead.
Yes,
obviously.
It's one of the few things where one of the few things where I am absolutely like I don't think there is
you can't rehab that.
I don't think there is rehabilitation proper
dead.
and the detriment to society that could occur if somebody isn't rehabilitated properly. I do feel like at the very least life in prison. Yeah. Like let them but
if Republicans get to be fully theocratic nation kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
they're just going to put pedophiles in jail till their victim gets to be legal age, and that'll be how they do it. I think.
Well, or just be like, oh well, we'll just
make Jimmy at 10. We'll put you in jail for 8 years. You can't fuck Jimmy underage anymore.
It's like the child marriage bill or whatever that or the repeal.
Oh, you have to marry him.
Yeah, where they're just like, oh, we'll just lower the age down to 12 so you can marry him, then fuck him, and then you're just doing God's work. And people be like, "Oh, no, it's love."
Sending the photo of the child you want is creepy because you could go on Facebook and find your neighbor's kid,
and that's exactly what it's for. Like you're just like, "Oh, I've been fantasizing." They're like, And I'm sure they're obviously be like, isn't this better than them going to abduct?
We talked
a kid?
about
Like,
that.
no.
We talked about that with the child sex dolls, where we were like, well, if it keeps pedophiles from fucking real
But the problem,
kids,
but I think what we
this might be getting someone more into it.
Well, no,
like,
but I think where we landed the last time around, if I recall, like, because we talked about it a little bit, where we're like, oh, but at the end of the day, no matter what, you're normalizing something by doing that. So even if you're all like, oh, it's better than fucking, like, it's not going to stop them from fucking a kid. They're just practicing, and then they're gonna go fuck that kid.
Before we were recording, we were talking outside. We were sitting down doing some pre-show talks, and I was complaining that I got an Amazon package in the mail where they just they didn't put it in a box. They just slapped this shipping label on it.
Oh god, if that happened with a child sex doll,
if it's a doll of the neighbor's kid,
yes,
and it just has the label slapped to it.
Yeah,
Jenny, it's got the big open mouth and a big gaping anus.
And somebody's like, Jenny, come over here for dinner. Jenny, why aren't you listening to me, Jenny? Oh God!
They literally thought their kid went to the neighbor's house. Yeah. And was like just sitting on their stoop.
Yeah, and it's got like a dude. Yeah, it's being the fucking Amazon.
They drop it on the wrong door.
Oh,
to the actual people who have, like, they just hear a knock on the door, they open it up, and there's just a naked sex doll of their kid inside.
Kid with the name of the guy next door on it, just be like, hey guys, did you get a package with my name on it?
It came in a box.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I just wonder, are you looking for this? And there's like, well, like,
it's on actually, the mantle, just staring at him, but it's open mouth.
No, I don't think I ordered that. That's weird. That's weird, man. That's weird. No, I was looking for a toaster.
Definitely a toaster.
Does that make toast? Because maybe they just messed it up, and maybe that makes toast. I'll take it home and see if it makes toast.
It's one of those Japanese toasters. Yeah. You know, they have one that makes Hello Kitties.
Yeah, okay. But I think this is probably my toaster. I'm going to take it home. Just don't call anybody. Yeah. I'm making toast real good over here. Oh, God.
He just runs it back to his house like a football.
Under his arm.
Jumps ahead.
Only it turns out it's like this. The fucking sex doll is squirming a lot. Like, oh shit, I took the real.
the real.
Now it's kidnapping. God damn it! I just wanted to make toast. It turns out it actually is a toaster.
Oh god,
yeah. This is horrible. This person is horrible. They got a picture of the sex doll manufacturer.
The
bestiality thing, whatever. I didn't even give a shit about that.
The dogs don't even look that good.
No, that's what I'm saying. For $2,800,
they're not sexy at all.
Yeah. Come on, man.
They honestly look like blown up toys.
This one does have it.
If you get like a little plastic dog,
yes, the ones from like
a hippie toy stores,
yes. The really like the hard plastic ones where like they get chew marks.
Usually they're dinosaurs, but they also make for no reason dogs and deer.
Because you can't just get a real dog. Yeah, come on. Yeah, but it's just like a blown up version of that. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a comfortable pussy on this dog or an asshole.
I was thinking it was going to have real fur.
Oh, yeah.
It might be like
this
a real
is like a
dog
hard plastic towel. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, for $20,
a taxidermy dog would be a better sex toy.
You could fuck a taxidermy dog and put like a fleshlight.
You put a fleshlight. You
drill it out. Put a fucking put a fleshlight.
DIY that one.
Yeah, exactly. You can DIY. Somebody's looking to get rid of their taxidermy dog. Like Nana fucking stuffed.
You just put one of those hole cutting drill bits in. Go. Take out the plug.
Yeah.
Like shove a human-sized fleshlight in it. Like that dog's got a rockin' puss.
Go into the hardware store.
Whop on that dog.
Go into the hardware store with a fleshlight and a taxidermy dog. Like I got to get this into this.
what bit for my drill?
What kind of bit do you need for this? Well, sir,
You're just measuring drill bits up to the fleshlight.
Yeah, holding his dick out. I got to get it about like this. I think probably. All right. So these are not. That's what I'm saying. Like if you spend $2,800 on like one of those human sex dolls, that human sex dolls.
The price doesn't match, right? Because the human one you think is bigger, has more joints and stuff.
Yeah, well,
the dog one you really just need legs and a head.
And these look like they don't even move. Like nothing is mobile here. It's a hard plastic tail. It looks like you can't even fuck that mouth.
I hope it has like a clapper in it that makes it like bark suggestively.
Yeah.
So when you clap those cheeks,
Yeah. I don't know what a suggestive bark is, but I'm like, what would that sound like?
A suggestive bark.
I hope
that dog's bark is pretty come hither.
Yeah, that's right. Hey. Oh, she's asking for it.
Just Scooby-Doo. Like, they get sued not for any of the weirdness and sexuality. They copyrighted Scooby-Doo's voice and then used it in it.
AI fucking Raggy. I'm gonna get raped. Are you gonna get gaped? Raped.
I think he said gaped.
I think he said gaped. I think he wants it. I think gaping is consensual. If you, I guess, yeah.
So yeah, these exist, and so do the infant sex dolls. We live in a dystopian, nightmarish society.
Yeah, this person is...
But this is what happens with unfettered capitalism.
I love the like a photo of Justin, the guy who owns this company, and his ex-partner. I'm like, yeah, I wonder why they're an ex-partner. Maybe you discovered that your fucking boyfriend is selling child sex dolls. Maybe that's a red flag.
Yeah. The red flag is he looks like an incel and his girlfriend's Asian, and that's always a red flag too.
Oh yeah, she was purchased.
Yeah,
and she escaped.
He's just dating her because he has fetishes.
Oh,
he doesn't care about her as a human being. He's I found myself a hot Asian.
I just also assume
literally that's it. Boom. Her
yeah.
name is hot Asian in his head.
Yeah.
And in his phone, they're married, and it comes up as hot Asian.
Hot Asian Justin, yes.
Probably comes up as hot raisin, and no one can figure out why, but he couldn't really work out raisin.
Yeah,
kind of just auto-corrected to raisin.
Yeah,
so every time his wife goes, "Why does your phone say hot raisin?"
Yeah, it was
a racist joke. I was drunk.
It was crazy. I was too busy selling child sex dolls to fix it. You know how it goes, honey.
One day she saw him in his garage, in his lab, and he's like just making like a Fisher Price, like talking like "Mama" kind of doll into a sex doll, and she's like, "What are you doing? Are you gonna fuck that Hey Mom doll?" "No, it's a prototype. Really need to get this hammered down along with the slideshow for Monday's presentation at the No, I think you're just gonna fuck that. No, I have a presentation.
No,
There's a PowerPoint.
Everything's okay when there's a PowerPoint.
Yeah. What about that dog over there? It looks like it's already been fucked. Got a PowerPoint for that too, honey. You gonna ride me all night like I rode that dog and that baby?
That PowerPoint? Yeah. I gotta ride that PowerPoint?
Been typing all night up on this PowerPoint. My hands are cramped. My dick is cramped.
Got PowerPoint cum all over my face. Got a pool of PowerPoint cum, build it up in my belly button.
PowerPoint. Click. Yeah, want a fucking dog? It's just a dog.
Yeah.
Click. Yeah, you can. It's just his dog, the fake one, with the big old fucking voluptuous fleshlight coming out the butt.
Yeah, there we go. Proof of concept.
Proof of concept.
Where's all my money?
I even brought one. Throws it on the boardroom table. Just
go ahead, boys.
Have at it.
Go ahead, boys. She might be a little soggy from my test run.
Hey, throw the table, walk over, dim the lights, lock the door. Yeah. Have at it.
Come on, boys. Nobody's looking. I brought masks for everybody. Nobody has to know who fucked him. You gotta
we get eyes wide shut this bitch. See what I did there?
See what I did there? Yeah.
I'm an idea man. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do this.
I'll just play the PowerPoint louder. It had no sound, sir. You talked over it.
I don't know. Your PowerPoint sounds a lot like pornography music. Yeah, Yeah, it's weird. Oh, we gotta sell it, baby. Yeah, looking for investors.
See, a lot of you guys in this boardroom are over 50. Let's start out with something you all understand. Click. Hey, Lassie!
Yeah.
What? Jimmy's horny in the well?
You sucked Jimmy's dick?
You sucked Jimmy's dick in the well?
Ooh, that's a sensual bark if I've ever heard one.
And get lost.
Get lost.